The Battle of Punta Gruesa took place on May 21, 1879, during the War of the Pacific between Chile and Peru. This may be labeled as the second part of the Naval Battle of Iquique, although it is described in many sources as a separate battle. Context: during the first year of the war, Chilean war efforts were focused on destroying the Peruvian navy, since the Chileans understood the strategic importance of sea domination. This was in order to enable the Chilean navy to help the army to conquer Bolivian and Peruvian territories with troop landings and port blockades, without interference. During May 1879, the main ships of the Chilean navy were sent towards the Peruvian port of Callao in order to destroy its navy, while two old wooden ships, the corvette Esmeralda and the schooner Covadonga, commanded by Captain Arturo Prat and Captain Carlos Condal respectively, were left blockading the Peruvian port of Iquique. However, as the Chilean navy steamed north towards Callao, two ironclad ships of the Peruvian navy steamed south from Callao, undetected. These ships were the Monitor Huáscar and the armored frigate Independencia, commanded by Captain Miguel Grau and Captain Juan Guillermo Moore. The battle forces in combat on the morning of May 21, 1879, the lookout of Esmeralda spotted two ships coming from the north. These were the Peruvian Independencia and Huáscar. Attempting to escape, the Covadonga headed south, but Esmeralda experienced engine problems. By this time, the battle was inevitable. While Huáscar engaged Esmeralda, Independencia pursued Covadonga south. Captain Condal of the Covadonga realized that the quicker but heavier Independencia had a deeper draft than his schooner. He kept close to the coast, with Independencia in pursuit, while both ships exchanged fire. The Independencia's lack of trained gunners and the Covadonga's accurate sniper fire prolonged the chase for over 3 hours. Captain Moore of the Independencia decided to take a riskier approach and ram the Chilean ship, constantly sounding the depth. He attempted to do so twice, only to have to call off the attack when approaching the shallows. Close to Punta Gruesa, a shallow cove, Covadonga scraped and barely cleared a reef. The Independencia, attempting to ram for a third time, struck the obstacle and immediately took on water while listing to starboard. The Covadonga then turned around and opened fire, while Independencia's crew returned fire and tried to float her off the reef. As Captain Moore realized his ship was lost, he ordered her scuttled, but the magazine was already flooded and it could not be blown up. The Covadonga kept firing, but retreated when Huáscar was seen coming from the north. Huáscar's commander checked on Independencia and decided to pursue the enemy after seeing she was immobilized. But this cost precious time and Covadonga steamed south as fast as possible. Captain Grau realized that Huáscar could not catch up on the 10-mile head start before dusk, gave up the chase, and returned to assist Independencia and salvage her guns. The crew were rescued and the ship set on fire. The Peruvians lost 5 crew with 5 wounded. 3 Chilean crewmen were killed and 5 wounded. Aftermath: the Naval Battle of Punta Gruesa was a Peruvian defeat. One of the most powerful warships in the Peruvian Navy was lost, while Chile only lost one of its oldest wooden warships.